Hey guys, welcome to Full Out. Today's guest is Luke Null. He is a hilarious comic. He's a musical comic. He plays his guitar while doing comedy, and he makes me cry laugh. Like, he's so funny, and it was just, his stories are wild. You may have seen him on SNL, or he also has a special on YouTube that you can check out. If you go to Luke_Null, you can see where he's touring. He's probably coming to your city. He's everywhere. He's so funny. So make sure you stick around.
Now, introducing Full Out with Brittany Ross.
Oh,
it's a weird feeling. I was like,
that
a
is
bunch
a
of
weird
loose
feeling.
shit.
And no house keys.
And no house keys.
Is your wife here too? Or
She's
no?
in Chicago moving everything in today. We tag teamed
Where
it.
did you get? Did you even get to look at the place in Chicago?
I did. I just went back for Windy City Comedy Fest.
Okay.
And I partially booked it because I could double dip
You could
apartment hunting.
yeah.
But luckily I know Chicago and I have friends
Yeah.
there that it's like, I had like a good 2 days of seeing places and I'm like, this will be good.
What's it like to see a place in Chicago versus here? Because are they like?
It's
so different.
It is so
and it's
different.
Priced so different, or not in the city? Is it similar?
It is. I mean, we're definitely in the city. We're going to be living in Logan Square, but it's like we got a 3-bedroom for $2,800, which is a nice place. Versus in Los Feliz, we had a 2-bedroom for $4,400 a month, which that was killing me. But it's nice. We have a little bit more room. But
I know it's crazy to like go and be like, oh, we can get more space and pay less money.
Yes, that's a big part of it. And then the other part of it is like now, but my wife had never seen, like I went and saw it.
No.
Which these mistakes have been made in the past. We've done this where I'm because I'm happy with, I can live in a dumpster, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm like trying to do the like FaceTime, like this is good, this is, you know?
Yeah, you're like, if you want to see it, you book Windy City Comedy Fest.
Straight up. Straight up. I'm like, she's trusting me a lot. But then when she gets here, like our stuff had moved in today and she texted me, she's like, our couch is not going to fit.
Oh,
this
no.
place. And I'm like, low key though, I kind of fucking hate that couch.
You're like, I know. I
was like,
did this on purpose.
We have to get a new couch? That doesn't suck. Yeah.
Well, couches are easy to sell.
Or just burn.
Burn, yeah.
Yeah, just
I feel like a new
torch it.
couch gives like a new vibe anyways.
I think so. I feel like we put some miles on that couch. It's not like it's brand new, like it's been around, but it's one of those ones that like rides a little lower to the ground than I personally like. And it's a great napping couch, not a great sitting couch.
Yeah.
You know, like you feel like you're almost sitting on the floor. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's
like
just
the right
so
size
low.
for me.
It's super
I
low.
feel like I would like it. It's funny.
very comfortable. It's
Couches
a very nice
are
couch.
hard because like everybody has a different vibe that they need for a couch. I have cried on so many couches in furniture stores, like having to look for new couches.
It's stressful.
For some reason, it's my kryptonite. It makes me burst into tears.
There was a time, and a more pathetic time in my life, where when I first moved to Chicago, I was so thirsty to move out there. Like I moved right after college, and I had like
From where?
from Cincinnati,
Okay.
and which is like 6.5 hours away. But like, I did not have I had like 2 months runway of rent, and I did not have a job. I just like moved out. I'm like, no, I'm moving. And I didn't have a bed. I had a pull-out couch. That was my bed. And I remember my then girlfriend, now wife, came and visited me and was like, wait, this is what you've been living on for? Like, she hadn't moved to Chicago yet. And I'm like, yeah. She's like, we're going to IKEA right now. Like, you're an animal. Like,
That's so funny.
Yeah. But I was like, no, I'm fine.
I feel like I'm the you in my relationship.
Are you?
Yeah.
See,
I feel like I've not as much anymore, but like I definitely could. I like to pride myself that I could like sleep anywhere.
Yeah,
I can take any flight. I can do any layover. I can take any train and lug shit around and like just I like to like pretend like I'm still that person. But now I have 2 kids.
I know.
And I've put us in some very compromising situations because of that. And
look, I'm right there with you. I'm exactly that person. Well, it's also different when you're like traveling for like stand-up shit.
Yeah.
Where they're not paying for your flight. So like you're gonna take a bad flight and you're gonna live out of a personal item.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like for a weekend.
Yeah.
Like, but there is a point where you go, no, I'm an adult. Like I need to have some self-respect.
I think I just reached that like maybe 2 years ago where I decided like, okay, we don't always have to fly with my miles on the shittiest flight ever.
On the worst airline.
I one time booked us a thing. I'm like, never go on a trip that I book because you'll have a terrible time. Okay? Remember that.
I feel like I've gotten more savvy about it, just traveling for stand-up stuff. But my wife will always book the worst flights. And I'm like, why are you booking the worst? You're supposed to be the one who likes like the nice stuff. You're booking the very worst flights.
I think what it is because it's not, at least for me, it's not immediate in the moment. It's not like, do you want to get on this shitty flight right now or this nicer flight right now for $100 more? I'd be like, 100% this one.
Right.
But when I'm looking at a computer screen, I'm like, I'm definitely going to save $100. I don't need a nicer flight.
There was definitely a moment where I realized I will pay more to fly in and out of Burbank.
Yeah,
than to go to LAX. You know what I mean?
Have you ever
like,
done
it ain't worth it.
valet at Burbank?
No, I haven't.
Okay. I started doing it because I was traveling with my baby.
Well, yeah.
I feel like I saw you when I had my baby with me in Arizona or something.
Yep.
And he was like not even I think he turned 2 months
Oh my goodness.
while I was there. But I was like, I'm just going to pay for the valet at Burbank. It's
the move.
So nice.
Burbank
is so nice. It's $24 a day.
Oh, hell yeah.
Which is like what parking
problem.
like at LAX, a parking spot is way more than
90
that.
a day or something.
Yeah. It's $24 a day. You pull in, they take your car for you, you walk into the airport. You text them when you land, and they have your car ready for you.
Burbank is the best airport in the country.
It really is.
You are through security in 5 minutes.
It's amazing.
It's the best airport in the country. It's the easiest to get out of, too.
If anybody's ever coming here, it's worth, I would say it's worth up to $300 more for your flight.
It's worth a layover where you could get a direct to LAX.
Yeah, exactly. It is. It is worth a layover.
I've done it multiple times. Where I'm like, I'll stop in Denver.
Yeah.
I'll stop in Denver
so that
just
I can
to get
come. Yeah.
Burbank.
I know. It's, oh my God. One time I went to San Francisco. My daughter was 2. We went to San Francisco. We drove with her because she went to get her Swiss passport in San Francisco. Oh, yeah. And my family all has Swiss passports except for me. I'm stuck
you
here.
Have to earn it.
I do have to earn it. But so we went to get it. And then my husband and I were like, oh, I should just fly home with her and he'll drive back, like it's like 7 hours or something. I just got a flight from San Francisco to Burbank and I was like, easy, get home really quick. We're about to land at Burbank and all of a sudden we start circling again. Like it's too windy to land. We're circling for like an hour and then they go, actually, we can't land at Burbank, so we have to land at LAX. So they flew us to LAX. And we landed at LAX. And then they got us a shuttle bus.
No.
Which I was going to take
all the way to Burbank?
To Burbank. And we got there at the exact same time that my husband got back from driving from San Francisco to Burbank. And he picked us up and drove us home.
Everything does suck and is bad. But the good news is it's getting worse.
Yeah, exactly. It's all getting worse. Wait, so you're moving to Chicago? Is that public knowledge?
I haven't blasted it, but I've turned in the keys today, and you know what I mean. Like I'm out. I'm homeless.
Oh my gosh!
Well, not really. We were just in Europe for a month.
Yeah.
And the first 2 weeks of it, we were in Amsterdam because that's where my wife's company is based.
Okay.
And so she was working the first 2 weeks we were there. And then the last 2.5 weeks we've been on a little vacay.
Nice.
But her parents, my in-laws, were taking the train around with us. They met us in Amsterdam and we took them. This was a mistake. Like you were talking about doing a bad travel plan where you're in a compromising situation. Like this was me being like, hey, we're going from Amsterdam down and we're taking the train to Paris, which is it's not that far. I was like, we should stop for the afternoon in Brussels and show them a little Belgium action.
Yeah.
Get some waffles, get some chocolate, get some fries, drink a Stella, whatever. Right?
Yeah.
I'm like, we'll do lunch in Brussels. It's cool.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we'll do one of those drop your bags off, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
One of those places. It was a nightmare. It was like
What
I don't know why.
happened when you dropped your bags?
It just like wasn't as close to the train station, and then in like those old cobblestone hilly
taking a
streets.
suitcase on those cobblestone.
And this was a month suitcase. This isn't a little weekender. Like this is like we got a bunch of shit. So I was like, it was just a bad move. And of course, my in-laws are like trying to be troopers, and they're on vacation. They're excited to see new stuff, but like we're all dragging
Suitcases
through a
down
city that they don't know where we're going. And and I'm like, I shouldn't have done this. Yeah, this is bad news.
But now you guys have a story about it.
We definitely like learned the hard way. Like just less is more sometimes when you're traveling. I've learned that specifically.
I mean, we go there a lot because my husband's from there, and so we've taken our baby twice, and he's 1, and so
I think about your joke. You had a joke. I think about it. It's one of those ones like every once in a while you'll think of someone else's joke like once every couple months. It'll just like pop in your head. But everyone I know, every person in my life is having babies right now. Mm-hmm. And like a lot of them are on baby number 2. And I always think about your joke where you talk about your daughter's like, he doesn't like his name.
Oh my God. I know. I don't really do that joke anymore, but that was so funny. That was crazy. Really I was like in such a whirlwind of like, he was crying all the time when he was born.
And the reason
all
why.
the time. And she just walked by and I was like, shh, Benjamin. And she just walked by and I remember where I was standing and she just goes, he doesn't like his name. Like as if that's why he was scream crying. I was like, what?
It just like destroyed
I was like,
you.
you think that's why he's crying? Because he doesn't like his name? It's just
that's so cute. That's so funny to be like evil. A very matter of fact and evil. And like in the cutest,
you
most
named
evil.
him wrong. He doesn't like his name. Oh my God. It's wild.
Have you, I feel like a lot of people I know are having babies right now. Do you know anyone who's like they introduce you to their new baby and the name that they picked, you're like, whoa, that's a big swing.
Oh gosh.
We don't have to name names.
I'm trying to think. I have a lot of, we're in LA.
Sure. There's going to be some weird ones.
There's a lot of interesting names or middle names or things like that. But I don't know if I've met one where I'm like so shocked by the name. I met a baby in my old neighborhood. I was on a walk with my daughter when she's like 1, and I met this couple that had their baby with them, and I was like, "Oh, she's so cute. What's her name?" And they're like, "Baby."
That's tough.
And I was like, "What?"
No.
And I was like, "Oh, I used to call her Baby too." And my mom was always like, "She's gonna think her name is Baby, Brittany, if you keep calling her that." And then they go, "Is her name Baby?" And I was like, no, her name is not Baby.
Oh, no.
She's not a baby named Baby. And then I was like, this woman was a model, like a famous model, and he's like a famous race car driver. And I was like, that's what happens.
He's a baby driver?
Yeah, he's a baby driver. He's baby's driver. Yeah, okay. Anyways, that stuff. So, okay, we have to
Someday
talk.
she'll be a woman named Baby.
I
That's
know.
what'll be weird.
That's going to be the hard part. People are going to be like, "Baby, come here." And she's going to be like, "Don't call me Baby."
Right.
Or she's going to be a kid who's like, "I'm not a baby." And they're like, "You are. Your name is Baby."
Your name is literally Baby. Well, sometimes you just, that's tough. But like Babe Ruth, what was that like? then you're like,
Babe is different
Babe
too.
is different.
Also for a guy, it's different. I feel like for a woman, it's so belittling and like
so,
condescending, and it's so like, you're not going to amount to anything, baby.
Baby, you're a baby.
You're a baby.
I'm a PhD student. You're a baby.
Yeah, I don't think you can get into any college if
Do you
your name
spell
is
it just
Baby.
BB? Well, there's BBs, like BB Newworth.
Yeah, that's different though.
It is different.
Actual
Literal
baby.
legal government name Baby.
In Switzerland, you're not allowed to name. There's like laws against the names you're allowed to name your children. You can't go rogue. You can't go too rogue. You can't go too crazy with the names. Like you wouldn't be allowed to name your kid Baby.
That would be, someone needs to pass that shit.
That's the one thing.
Someone needs to do. Now that's our problem these days.
That's the only problem with this country is the names. Okay, so you started musical comedy very young, right? We need to talk about this.
We need to talk.
We need
People
to talk about
need
this.
to know. I feel like, yeah. I mean, I was definitely like a theater kid. Like we weren't all athletically gifted.
I mean,
I had to have the conversation with my parents pretty early on. With my dad was like, he loved like playing baseball, and so like I played. Not that he was like forcing it on me, but I tried when I was a kid, but it was like very clear that was not going to be my path.
You weren't going to be Babe Ruth.
Wasn't going to be my path.
Yeah, okay.
And I remember being like, no, I'm going to like go out for the plays and the musicals and stuff like that.
And were they okay with that?
Yeah, they were. They were totally supportive of it. They were just like, if you commit to something, you can't quit. That was their thing. Like, if you say you're going to do it, you have to do it 100%. And they were like all in. Whatever I wanted to do, they're like, you just got to do it all the way. You can't.
Like full out. That's
meaning
the
like
name
we don't want to have to
podcast.
drag you to the practices.
Yeah,
we're
exactly.
going full out.
Yeah.
And I blasted you a couple of photos to Instagram of me as a kid in some of the plays that I did.
I can't.
To start.
Oh my gosh.
They loved giving me mustaches. I feel like even as a kid, I was always playing like a dad.
Yeah, I feel like you have that quality about you.
I was, a lot of the character parts. You know what I mean? Which, hey, I'm all right with that.
The dad is the better part than like the cat.
They tend to
or
be
something
more fun.
like that in a school play. Yeah,
exactly. And like, there was some time. My brother, no, but like.
Just tell us, we'll cut it out.
No, I like. There were times where I was like, I had to play like a grown man in a high school play, and I wanted to shave my head like to make it look like I was bald. You know what I mean?
You were committed.
And then I'm like, maybe that's too much. And then my brother's like, I'll do it. I'm not even in the play, and he did it. He shaved his head like he had a cul-de-sac, and showed up. And I'm like, you're an animal, dude.
Is he
and then
older
he shaved
or
it all the
younger?
way. He's younger.
What is a cul-de-sac? Like he shaved like
you
just
know what I mean?
the
Where you
top?
just have the sides.
No,
Like-
that's called a cul-de-sac.
That's what I call it.
Oh my gosh, I did not know that was called a cul-de-sac.
I mean, I don't know if that's officially known as that.
I feel like you just, that's all I'm ever going to call it from now on. But that,
It reminds me of that kind of pattern.
he shaved a cul-de-sac and then
He shaved the cul-de-sac and left the sides for like a day or two, and then shaved it the rest of the way.
Wait, what's the age difference?
He's like 4 years in school younger. So he didn't do this while I was doing that play. He did it years later.
That is...
Because I had told him that I was going to do it, and he's like, I really did it. For like senior skip day or something. Or
that is so
whatever.
funny.
Yeah, he's
also for the younger one to do that.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like
and for it not to be really for a reason.
Yeah, that's
like just
cool.
to do it.
I've never really understood people who do things just to do things for no reason. I find it's one of the most fascinating things to me when I'm like, I feel like I'm too... I have a problem where I have to do everything has to have a purpose. Like my daughter will be like, let's color. And I'm like, what is this for?
For what end?
Where are we going to put this?
Are you submitting this?
Are we going to frame it or are we just like coloring?
So this is practice for an event?
So I try and like do that. But there are people who just shave their head because they were like, I'm going to do that.
Well, the underlying thing was for attention, I'm sure, and to be a goof. But,
yeah, but still, it's really cool. I admire it.
You know,
I do.
He's a cool guy. Love me some Jake Null. Great guy. Shout out to Jake. Shout out to my brother
What does he
Jake.
do now? Does he have hair?
He has hair now. He works in a flavor lab for Kroger in Cincinnati. He goes down and he tastes the food.
Cool.
And he used to do like mass flavorings for like a lot of weird stuff, like things you wouldn't when you read the back of American overprocessed foods, and you're like, why is there 19 different things? Like, that's my brother. He's mixing shit in the lab.
He knows like this needs more like
sorghum gum.
xanthamum.
Yeah, exactly.
Or whatever.
He does.
That's
and he has to
crazy.
like mix it and like on like a mass scale. And he's like having to. He worked for a dog food company for a while, and I was like, wait, the flavoring of it? And he's like, yeah, I did flavoring like an industrial level flavoring for dog food. And I was like, do you have to eat the dog food? Because he was having to test out the foods, and he's like, no, I don't have to eat the dog food. And then he paused and he's like, but we do have a guy. And I was like, what? And he's like, there is a guy in our lab that's our guy who eats the dog food and tests the dog food. And he's like, yeah, you sent it to Joe. He's like, it doesn't taste like salmon enough or whatever. Like there was a guy who really does, like, his job is you eat the dog food and tell us if it tastes like chicken bone or whatever.
I've never thought of that. But
There's a
there
guy.
has to be a dog food taster.
This is crazy because that's my dad's job.
He's a dog food taster?
No, he was.
His name's Joe?
He's a food engineer.
Gotcha. So my brother does that too.
When I was a kid, he used to test candy flavors on me and my friends. Like Now and Laters. The flavor of Now and Laters were developed based around my friends.
That's really funny.
He'd bring a bunch of them at home, and then we'd test them, and then he'd go back to work and mix the flavors based on our.
That's pretty cool.
That's cool, yeah.
Especially when you're a kid.
Until we get cancer from all the weird ingredients in the 80s.
Yeah, they're like, this one's pure red dye for or whatever.
Until your teeth fall out. I know. I feel like,
pure carcinogen. Like,
I did a thing where I was like in Chicago, I lived in like the suburbs of Chicago in high school, and we would do these surveys. Did you guys do these surveys? We could make $100 and they'd call you and you'd have to answer questions properly to get picked to be in the survey. But all of our friends did it, so we'd give each other the right answers.
So like a reverse
do
jury
you eat
duty
this?
thing.
And you go and for $100. I tasted a lot of different Pop-Tart flavor. Like I had to taste Pop-Tarts and I remember I tasted the s'mores Pop-Tart.
That's a good Pop-Tart.
Yeah. And then I tasted like chicken wings from Domino's or something once. Those are bad. And there was we were all like just trying to get these survey jobs all the time.
So you have self-respect. So you are someone who's never willingly ordered the Domino's chicken wings.
No.
I have. And I remember... The time I ordered a Domino's chicken wing and the chicken wing arrived and it was the smallest chicken leg. It was like this big. And then I was like, how big are the chickens? And then I'm like, oh, this is bleak. Like this is like the chicken bone was like the leg was like the drumstick was like that big. And I'm like,
think about.
Oh no.
So they're just like taking tiny little chicks. Is that how they make chicken wings with little chicks?
Domino's does. Domino's for sure. I
don't even eat meat anymore, but I'm like, wait, I've never thought about how little bones are in chicken wings.
I'm telling you right now, whatever Domino's is doing, they're killing them young, or they got really little tiny chickens.
Oh my God, that's terrifying.
But you tested them out, and you were like, "It good."
I got paid $100.
They're like, "All right," Brittany says, "Let's do this on a mass scale." Kill them young.
I'm in charge of that.
Yeah, you went maybe smaller would be better.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. That terrifies me to think about. Okay, so
I took the Pepsi challenge. That's not the same.
What is the Pepsi challenge?
Remember in like 2002, they had like a commercial campaign where it was like Man on the Street, where it was like they would cover up the cans and it was Coke or Pepsi, and they were trying to prove that Pepsi was better, which, let's be real.
It's not.
It's not. But I remember seeing, it was in Baltimore for some reason. I was there with my grandparents and I was like, that Pepsi challenge. And I always was curious, like what they would do if you picked, because you know the difference.
Yeah.
Like you can blind go, that's Coke,
that's
Pepsi. I was like, I think I like that one more. And I picked Coke on purpose. And the girl's face was like, she took the thing off and it was Coke. And she's like, well, we were going to give you a shirt and a hat, but
oh my gosh,
you get a keychain. And
oh my gosh, you're like, is it a Coke keychain? Because I don't want Pepsi crap.
It was a little Pepsi ball keychain, and I was like, this sucks.
Were they putting it on in their commercials?
They didn't use my clip.
Well, yeah, I know, but were they?
They were.
That's what they were doing, right?
Yes. It was like, take the Pepsi challenge.
You could have been famous from that clip.
It would have been really funny if they did use a guy picking Coke for their ad.
I mean, it would be really funny if they just like unleashed, let all of those out from the vault, the old clips where like everyone picked Coke instead.
I mean, they had to,
I would drink Pepsi if they did that.
So we were.
If they released all the ones of people saying Coke is better.
It is. There had to be like. I mean, they were doing this on a mass scale, and they had to be like, look, someone's going to pick Pepsi at some point, and we're going to have it on camera.
Yeah.
And we'll be able to blast it out. And it's just like the weirdest, grossest, non-camera ready, like dads.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're like, oh, we can't put this guy on. He loves Pepsi.
That's so funny. Wait, okay. So you started doing plays when you're young, and then when did you start doing music?
I was doing the musicals and stuff too.
Were you playing instruments?
So the real birth of it was I did when I was probably like 15, maybe 16. I did community theater production of Grease.
Okay.
And if you've ever seen the show Grease, there's a guy in the stage show who, Duty, plays guitar.
Okay.
And I actually knew how to play guitar a little bit. So they cast me as that, and I did that, and it was
And did you teach yourself to play it?
I taught myself, but my friends in high school were like in bands, and I was definitely like in high school during like peak emo era. And so like all my friends were in bands. That was the thing. And I like learned guitar because I was like, eventually they're going to need
Me.
another guy who can play guitar or bass. No problem. Never got the call.
But they did need it in Greece.
They needed it in Greece, the country and the play. But I remembered like sitting around backstage and like messing around with a buddy and just like making up silly, stupid songs, and it being like, I just was kind of naturally kind of good at that. And I was like, oh, I didn't really think that it was anything, but I was like, I can do this. And this is a weird skill that I don't know. I don't see around very much. Yeah. And I loved the like music comedy stuff that was out at that time, like a Stephen Lynch and Tenacious D and those kind of guys back in the day. But yeah. And then like,
but where would you see these guys?
I would see them like Comedy Central, like Stephen Lynch had a Comedy Central Presents that I loved, and like Tenacious D, like I was obsessed with their CD, their album. I thought it was like Jack Black at his peak. Yeah, like so freaking funny. I loved it. Filthy too, but I loved making up songs. My buddy who was in bands, he would get a kick out of making up silly songs that like it almost like. There was no pressure on him if we were just being silly and recording silly songs. And so we would do that and we would show our friends. And then by the time we're in college, we're like playing our stupid songs, like we're dropping it into the mix, and people are like, what the fuck is this stuff? And we actually, I won't give you the full story, but his house got broken into one time while we were there. And we got robbed home invasion style at gunpoint by 3 guys. And
were you making up comedy songs? Were you playing comedy songs when they broke in?
It was my going away party. I was moving to Chicago.
Oh my gosh, just like right now?
Just like right now.
What if that just happened to us right now? Would it just like happened again?
Straight up it's a way too long of a story, but I will fast forward to eventually like the 2 other guys are kind of ransacking the house, and one guy, like we're just like sitting on Seth's bed, my friend's bed, and
how old were you?
I was 21, 22.
And were his parents home or no?
This was like a rat's nest, shitty like college type apartment.
No way.
Yeah.
They broke into your college apartment?
Yeah. Kicked in the door, 3 dudes. And eventually
3 dudes into a college apartment?
Oh, yeah.
What are they looking for?
I know.
Why do they need 3 people for a college apartment?
So dumb. I don't even know. But they were robbing it.
That's terrifying.
We after a while we realized like he would have shot us if he wanted to shoot us. He would have done it. It's been like a half hour.
No way.
So we're like talking with him.
Wait, you were sitting on the bed?
Yes, gun in my face the whole time. Never left my face. But my friend Seth.
Did you cry?
No, I didn't. But I was like definitely in shock. I was like, very like fight or flight.
Yeah.
And I remember just being like, if I can talk to the guy, that'll be the best thing I can do. So I'm like, kind of talking with him.
Did you learn that from Dayline?
Yeah, exactly. Just keep him talking. Yeah. Yeah, that's a hostage negotiation tactic.
I have kids.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the guy gave me back. Like I eventually was like, can I get my ID out of my wallet? Like, can I have my driver's license? You don't need that. And he's like, okay. And eventually we're like asking him slowly over the course of a half hour for like, can I get my wallet? Just take the cash out of my wallet. Like, can I have my wallet back? He's like, okay. Eventually Seth is like, I'm a musician, man. Like all the music I've recorded for the last 3 years is on that laptop. Like my life is on that laptop. Like, please. And the guy's like, you a musician? Let me hear one of your songs.
No way. No way.
This sounds like bullshit. This sounds like bullshit. This is like
also they're like the slowest robbers ever because the fact
they're doing carloads. The other 2 guys are taking everything out of the apartment, and we are
like trying to take things back.
Slowly, we were getting our stuff back.
This is insane. Okay, so
crazy.
You played him a song?
Well, The guy goes, the guy like hands Seth his laptop and Seth plugs it in. And Seth goes, do you want to hear a serious song or a funny song? Funny song. And he looks at me and I was just like, I already knew what he's going to play. He played this. We had recorded a really, really stupid rap song called Pussy Clap.
Oh my gosh.
And it was like, it's 10 out of 10 filthy. Just like the filthiest thing you've ever heard. He plays it for like maybe 20 seconds. And the guy's like, turn that shit off. Turn that shit off. He goes, that's a good beat. And he let Seth keep his laptop.
Oh
yeah,
my gosh.
And that was like that was one where I was like, dude, our goof songs.
That is so
came
funny.
through in the clutch.
That is so funny. Have you ever told that story like on stage and stuff?
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. That one's on my technically. I recorded an audio only thing back in the day.
Okay.
Like right after I got fired from SNL, and I told that because that's like
the best origin story of how, like, if you can convince a thief, a robber who's holding you at gunpoint to let you have your laptop back because he thinks your song is good.
He's like, pretty good. Good beat. It was not a good beat, by the way. The
funny.
beat was like the worst part about it.
That is so funny. That is crazy.
It's an insane story, but we would...
Did it traumatize you, though?
Yeah. For a minute.
Yeah.
But honestly, all said and done, if I had to pick home invasion style robbers again, I'd pick those guys again. I'd pick that guy. He was like pretty nice.
For sure. Were the other guys as nice or no?
No, they were not.
So when he would go out, when they do the carloads, that's when you'd get in good with this guy?
We didn't see the other two guys for like most of the time.
Oh my gosh.
We were just one guy with a gun in my face for most of the time.
Whoa, was this like in the day?
This was like 4 a.m. This was like after a party.
That is so... Did these guys ever get caught?
No.
Oh my gosh.
They did call me once I moved to Chicago. Like we gave the cops so much information because we talked to the guy for so long.
Yeah.
Like, he's originally from New Orleans. All this stuff.
They're like, we can't trace any of this stuff back.
They called me up like a couple months later. I just got like a random call on my cell phone after I moved to Chicago, and the guy's like, Is this Luke Null? Yes. This is Detective so-and-so at Cincinnati Police Department. We just want to give you a call and let you know the case has gone cold. We didn't find anyone. I'm like, yeah, you guys suck. Like, you didn't even look. Like, let's be real.
I mean, they don't really, I feel like they don't.
They don't care.
They don't, yeah. I got my phone stolen here one time because I went to Office Depot and my phone was dead, and I put it on one of the chargers to charge because I needed to see what kind of printer ink I needed, and it was on my phone. And then I got really distracted by the school supplies section because I really like school supplies, like highlighters and stuff, and I went back and my phone was gone.
Was it one of those ones where you could lock it in a little thing? Or was this like
no,
you had it?
You know how they have like
there?
displays of like speakers that like charge? I just popped it on one of those and just like walked off. I was like, it's charging, and like, I don't know.
But stealing a phone, I feel like, is really bold, especially nowadays when everyone's phone has like Find My Phone or whatever.
This was
long enough
at least 10 years ago, if not more. And so then my phone got stolen. I went and got a new phone because the police were like, they're not going to do anything about it. And then one day my mom gets a phone call, and she was in Texas being like, is this Brittany's mom? This is Deputy Dave. And I used to get arrested all the time in high school.
You were a
so
bad
my mom was like, oh my God, what
did she
happened?
do?
And he's like, we found her phone. It was in like a crack house.
It was in Osama bin Laden's bedroom when they Zero Dark 30 hit him and we found her phone.
But then he goes, and my the guy that I was with, like, he saw that they had a friend in common on Facebook, and it's Brittany's voiceover agent, and I'm looking to get my daughter into acting. And like,
what?
And he's like, can I drop off her phone to her?
What?
And Deputy Dave came and dropped off my phone at my house, and I wasn't home, but did text me a bit about getting his daughter into acting. And then I saw that there were all these pictures of stolen IDs on my phone. I like looked at the photos, and I like literally threw it across the room. And so I texted him, and he's like, oh yeah, we know. Don't worry. It's fine. Just delete them or whatever. And I was like, what are you guys doing? I was like,
did his daughter book a VO campaign?
his daughter's now the voice of a Disney show. No.
Yeah. Princess Jasmine. Yeah.
I'm like, listen, I'm not about to get more competition with children voiceover
I don't
artists.
want
That's
you in
what I
this biz.
compete with anyway. So like, have you heard my voice?
That's such a funny like quid pro quo of like, hey, we're gonna help you out if
you get my daughter into acting. I was like, this is crazy.
And
I still
wild.
randomly, I think Deputy Dave accidentally has me saved. Like he thinks I'm another Brittany because I'll be in random group chats with Deputy Dave that'll be like, hey, does anyone want a salad or something? And I'm like, what is going on? It's like, I don't know what's happening. But yeah.
Getting added into a random group chat, when it does happen, sometimes it is funny just to see what it is.
It's a real thrill, to see what goes on.
Especially if someone that you know, like it's one thing if it's all unknown numbers, but if you know a person who added you in, like Deputy Dave added you into that, you're like,
I think that would be a fun thing to do to like prank people, add people. I was a big prank person back in the day. That's something I definitely would have done.
Is that what you got arrested from?
I wish.
That would have been better.
I wish that would have been way better. No, just underage drinking.
I mean,
like everybody.
Get
You have an
fucked.
arrested story,
right?
You told me a crazy story, right?
I didn't get.
Wait, you're the one who told me that story about your friend who like literally didn't your friend like pee on a police station?
Yes, that's just my
That
friend
was
who I got
you,
robbed
right?
with.
Oh,
that was my
okay.
friend who I got robbed at gunpoint with. My friend Seth literally was peeing on the police station at Ohio University during Halloween, and he's
Because he didn't realize it was a police station. He just thought he was peeing on the wall, right?
not only that, but like during at OU during Halloween, that's like the big ginormous party where the whole town shuts down. They bring in all the surrounding police from all the because like basically the town like 3x's in population for the weekend.
Yeah, okay.
And so they have to bring in just so many cops are there. So they're like just waiting for you to publicly urinate. You know what I mean? Like like it was just but they literally he was peeing on the police station and the police officer just leaned out of the door and went, just come around the side and come in. Like, you're under arrest.
You just like walked right in.
like, you're instantly arrested. What are you doing?
And you just saw him from like across the street or something? Did you see it happen?
Well, we had lost him in like the human river of the craziness. And he had cut down an alleyway to try to go pee somewhere.
Just
Classic mistake.
Yeah.
And I would have told him, dude, they'll get you.
They'll get you if you pee on the police station.
And I was like, honestly, you could pee on the police station like almost any other weekend of the year. And you would have got away with it.
Just not that weekend.
They're just
Wrong
on
weekend.
their shit right now. And like, you're going to get got.
That's so funny. That's such bad luck.
Publicly urinating, it sucks that that's a like sex offender thing because it's a slippery. Yeah, you can get added on a sex offender registry. He didn't.
I mean, Seth's had a rough go. He got robbed at gunpoint.
He made some choices.
Yeah.
And he was all mad at me for not telling him that he shouldn't have done. I'm like, doggy.
I think
that's on you.
We should all know. Yeah, that's so funny. Okay, so you were doing musical theater with Seth in college.
In high school.
And then in college, you were still writing songs.
I would go back and hang out with them in downtown Cincinnati.
Oh, okay.
Because I went to school out in the boonies in Athens, Ohio.
Oh, okay. And what did you do there?
A lot of drugs and alcohol.
Did you get a degree in anything?
I did. I studied GIS, which is like cartography.
I don't know what any of that is.
Yeah,
is that maps?
It's like maps, like mapping.
Whoa.
Which
are you good at directions?
Yeah, I am good. I am good with maps. I mean, I better be, right?
I mean, if you went to school for that,
I'm still paying for that.
Were you like so bummed when the GPS came out, like 2 seconds after you got out of school?
It was like already part of it,
Just like,
right? It's like, what's funny is like the GIS stuff is like the practical application. Like it's boring, but it's funny how every company you wouldn't think about, there's some guy who does this, who it's like, if they're like trying to add a new Domino's to whatever area, they'll be able, you can like layer a bunch of different maps on top of each other and be like, where are the tax brackets of people?
Oh,
where do most of the calls for pizza come from? These kinds of places, and you can layer it all over each other and be like, put a Domino's right there.
Whoa.
You know, like it's like actually a little scary.
Yeah.
How much information they have.
Yeah.
But that was the stuff I was like, I don't know if I want to do this as a job, though. I'd probably kill myself if I do this. But
you started doing stand-up.
I did improv big time. I had a great group in college. And a lot of people who've like gone on to do some really cool stuff. And
that's awesome.
Like, I don't know if you know Patty Harrison. She's an actor. She's really funny. She does comedy, and she's on I Think You Should Leave with Tim Robinson, and she's really, really funny. She went to my...
I'm sure I'm so bad at names, but she sounds very familiar to me.
I bet if you saw her, you'd be like, I've seen her. She's been in a bunch of stuff. She's great. So funny, so cool. She was in my college improv.
Great. In Athens, Ohio?
In good old OU. We had a really good crew of people, but I did mostly improv stuff, and then I did started dabbling into stand-up.
Okay.
And then...
How did that come about?
Just like college, like, I was doing my degree, but really I was putting my time and energy into comedy stuff.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And then I immediately wanted to follow it. And if you want to do like sketch and improv, Chicago's
the place.
It's hard to beat it as it's kind of the number one spot for it. So I was like, I'm gonna move there. Pie in the sky. I'll do sketch and improv, and I'll do some stand up, and I'll get on SNL. That's like the pie in the sky when you're there, and it's like insane to even like think that. And then like I'm working 9 to 5. I'm doing a bunch of improv stuff. Some of the absolute funniest improvisers in the world. Some of the funniest, most talented, sharp, smart, quick, funny people. You're like, oh my gosh. And very quickly, and by very quickly I mean years, it took me to realize I'm a totally fine improviser. I'm good at it. I'm not great at it. It's not like my thing. It is, but it's not. Like there are people where you're just like, oh my gosh, they're.
I felt like that when I was doing improv. I'm sure you were way better than me, but I would just like be like, I need to like this. I need to get like, and I would force myself to be like, this is.
I know what you mean.
I'm supposed to be doing this.
Yes.
And I was always kind of like, I don't feel like I'm the same as some of the other people who are doing it. But I feel like you were probably way deeper in.
I mean, I felt exactly what you were just saying, where it's like, I'm spending a lot of time and energy doing this thing. And I know for a fact, like it's the same as stand-up where there's 1,000 different ways to do it correctly. And 10,000 ways to do it wrong. Yeah. But like, same with improv. There's a lot of people who are very, very funny in ways that it's just not in my makeup to be. Like my brain just doesn't work like that kind of thing. And that's like what I liked about it. But the more I was in Chicago, the more I was like doing more stand-up, and slowly the scale kind of tipped, and I started doing more stand-up stuff. And I felt more not like, oh, I'm way better at stand-up stuff, but me personally, I'm better at stand-up than I am at improv. And that became clear that I'm like, and also there was this crazy thing in stand-up where you can make $1 doing it. Where improv, you only pay money. You're only spending money.
Yeah.
So I was like, I like getting paid $1.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
And so I did that and was like, I'm going to start pouring more time into that.
And were you doing musical stand-up at the time?
Yes,
or were you doing...
Pretty much always. I think I've done, in all of my stand-up career, I think I've done straight stand-up, no guitar, maybe twice.
Wow. Yeah. And when was the last time you did that?
I was probably 19, 20 years old.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, like 15 years ago. Yeah.
I kind of want to see you do it now. I don't, because you're so good with your guitar that I feel like I'd be missing out on something. But I feel like, what
it's actually evolved into, it's like I've now been doing the guitar shit for so long that eventually I've now arrived at a place where I'm basically just doing stand up, but I'm singing. Like they're not songs anymore.
Yeah,
like you know what I mean.
They are, but
I'm just singing jokes that are not. They don't rhyme anymore.
But you're also improvising too.
Sometimes
because you do riff a lot. I feel like with the audience.
I'll riff
in
it
your
out.
songs.
I'll riff it out.
I feel like so I came to. Well, we should talk about SNL, but I was at the taping of your special. And
thank you for coming to that.
Yeah, of course. I didn't really know you, but I had met Andrew, who directed it, and he's like, "Come to this thing," and I was like, "Okay." And he was like, kind of when I was just coming back to stand up, and I was like, I just need to like go to things,
Yeah.
you know, because I had stopped for like 2 years, and then I was like, I need to like just go and like figure out who everybody is again, because I felt like I knew who everybody was, and then I was like, oh, I don't anymore.
It's hard in LA too. There's just a million things happening, and it's easy to like.
Yeah, I was like, so I was like, I'm gonna go to things, and I went. And have I told you this, that I became like the biggest Wayne Brady fan after your show? I mean, you were hilarious.
Very natural.
You were hilarious.
He's the best.
He's became
otherworldly.
Obsessed with him, where my friends and I joke that I'm Wayne Brady's #1 fan. And like,
I'm right there with you.
Like,
I'm right there with you.
We went and saw him in a musical, The Wiz. We went to The Wiz because they did like a preview in LA before they did it in New York. And my friends were like, you're his biggest fan, you have to go. So we went and saw him in that. But he is so good and charming and nice. And
also, just to fill it in, Wayne Brady did improvised a song.
Go watch it.
Was very nice, nice enough to come and make up a couple songs. He did an
improvised song on your special, which is called
Pretty Songs, Dirty Words.
Pretty Songs, Dirty Words. And you can see it on YouTube.
It's true.
Yeah, watch it. It's really funny.
But
it's
Wayne
so
Brady
funny. But
is so freaking good. Wayne Brady's so good at improvising music that you have to like shield your eyes from the brightness of his star.
I mean, you guys
like, God,
did
he's too good.
Amazing together. I just was like, it was one of those moments where I was like, I don't know if I'm mad because this is happening and I don't know how it's happening, or like I don't know what I'm feeling, but it's so good. It blew my mind.
What bummed me out is like he came up and improvised like 15 minutes, maybe, or maybe it was like about that much with me, and we had to like trim it, right down to like a 6-minute thing. And the hardest part of editing me and Wayne Brady into a thing for my special is trying to find any moments where I'm even half as good as him.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? Where I'm like, he's
I thought
so good. And I'm like, it can't just be Wayne hitting home run after home run. I'm like, I do have to find moments where it appears I can hold my own.
I did feel very much like you could hold your own. I was like, this is incredible that you could even do that with him, because I felt like you were like doing it with him, you know?
And he was like so freaking cool. He had invited me up to his show. He did a show in North Hollywood where he would like have a live band, and he would do like cover songs, and he would improvise from suggestions from the crowd. And he invited me up to make up some songs with him at his show. And I really like shot my shot. I was like, would you come for my special taping and do just what we did at your show, at my show? And he's like, no problem.
I love it.
And he brought cupcakes. The sweetest.
Oh my gosh,
what
a nice guy. What a nice guy.
He's the best. But like, such a good singer, so funny. Like,
also he just like moves very cool. I went and watched all of his episodes of Dancing with the Stars, but I fast forwarded just to his part.
Well, yeah.
So I was like, I'm not watching these other people. Anyways, your special was very funny. You were very funny.
Very kind of you.
Okay, tell us. I feel like you've probably talked about SNL a lot, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You want to talk about it again?
Sure.
I feel like.
I mean, like I said, like when I was in Chicago, I moved there. Like everyone there has this weird, like, in the background being like, I'll probably audition for SNL at some point. And it's like, insanely unattainable. But there's something in the air every summer in Chicago where like they would come every summer kind of like unannounced kind of.
Oh, really?
But not quite unannounced, but like a week and then like the theater owner at IO at the time was Sharna Halpern. She would pick like 15, 20 people to do 5 minutes showcase for them. Okay. And
at this point, when you auditioned, you were doing a lot of stand up.
Yeah.
Or were you still doing improv?
I was still involved enough in doing improv that I was in the mix. Yeah. But I was doing probably at this point more stand up than improv. Okay. But every time they saw me in 2016 and they didn't fly me out or anything.
Okay. How did that feel?
I mean, just being able to do the showcase is like
a huge deal.
Already a big deal in Chicago, because like getting picked, there's already a lot of people who are like jockeying for position to have to be picked to do it, to have the at bat, to have the chance to go up in front of those people. And so I was just excited and thankful to even do that.
Yeah.
And so when I did that, and I had to go first.
Oh my gosh.
Which is not ideal.
Fun. No.
So in 2016, I went first, and Alex Moffat, who was on the show for years and years, he auditioned in that group, and they took him that year. And that was like seeing somebody from like get picked. We were like, oh, it can happen. Made it real, yeah. It can actually, you can get cast. Normally, when you go up once, they usually don't want to see you again.
Okay.
But I don't know. I never got the full reason why whether they asked to see me again or they just simply were fine. She put me up the following year.
Okay.
And that year, I'd already done it once, so I kind of knew.
Yeah. You felt a little more like.
Well, I just knew what to expect, and so I went into it a little less nervous and a little less by the book, buttoned up. This is exactly what I'm going to do. And I did you get 5 minutes to do whatever you want, right? And so a lot of people are like jamming in as many little things as they can.
Yeah, so 5 minutes is always so hard because you're like, short. I want to show them everything of who I am.
Yes.
And that's when.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah.
And like, I just was like, I'm going to do one bit for like 4 of these minutes.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
I did one long bit where I came out like dressed as Christian God.
Oh my gosh.
And I had like a full God garb, and I just like.
What is God garb?
I had like a trucker hat that said "sounds like bullshit" to me, and I had like the gray hair and the beard, and I looked like kind of like Gandalf, and I like kind of did this bit where I like was like, y'all are fucking everything up. Like, I'm gonna straighten shit out right now. If anyone has any questions, I can. But it was me basically like ironing out things. I didn't say that shit, or like whatever. I had this whole big like I'm God and I'm just setting the record straight. Fix it.
Yeah.
And then I ended with a little song, and they had a group of us out to drinks the night after, that's very, very wild.
And also, like, does that feel
so
like
scary?
Yeah. Also, I feel like nobody, from what I've heard from these auditions, it's dark and nobody really laughs, right?
So not this one. This one was the one in Chicago at IO.
So it's like you're in the crowd with an audience.
This is
so they're seeing
game.
A real audience reaction to you.
Yes. This one is like, it's absolutely packed house.
That's amazing.
And it's like, you're playing a home game. Then they meet you. That's like when I met Lorne,
out for drinks?
Out for drinks at the Ritz in
downtown
Chicago.
Gosh. And do they bring everybody to the Ritz or just a few people?
They brought like maybe 10 of us to the Ritz, maybe something like that. And I was the only one everyone was told by their agents to not order drinks, but I did. I was the only one.
That's why they hired you. They're like, he's going to be able to go to the after parties.
Right.
He gets
They're
the culture. Okay, so you went to drinks with Lorne and everybody. And some of the people, not all of the people.
And I ordered a drink.
And you ordered a drink.
And I ordered like a whiskey ginger, and the guy was like in front of the producers and Lorne. He's like, "What kind of whiskey would you like?" And I said, "The shittiest kind you got."
Smart.
And then one of the producers goes, "We're paying for this. You get whatever you want." And I said, "The best kind you have."
Nice.
And they got a kick out of that.
Nice.
But I met Lorne. It's weird. It's a longer story, but like he always meets with people, So he kind of like one-on-one did. You take your turn to kind of go sit with Lorne for a minute and talk to him for a minute.
It's like The Bachelorette.
Kind of, yeah.
It's
and
like,
can I steal you for a second?
Yeah. Can I steal you for a second? Do you have to steal him?
No.
Or does he go and get you?
He has a person. I think at this point it was his son.
Oh my gosh.
He has like a 20-year-old son at the time.
I'd like to be that person that just goes and gets people to talk to Lorne. Actually, I don't know. I think that should
weird.
not be. Yeah, that's so funny.
It's a weird thing, but that's like part of his routine is he wants to meet you. And then like, a week goes by and then they tell you like, hey, it's like Thursday. And they're like, we're flying you out tomorrow, to New York. I'd never been to New York in my life. And so I was like, oh God. And again, every moment every rung on the ladder, of which there are many, to work at that place. Every time I'm like, it's crazy that I got this far. Like, this will be such a good story.
Yeah.
That I got to be flown out.
Yeah.
You know?
And being flown out doesn't mean you got it yet, or it does mean you got it?
It means that now you're doing the famous audition on the host stage. That's the ice cold one where you screen test.
Okay.
And I was on this email with Sharna from IO. She's like, these are the people flying out. They say you can do your 5 minutes that you did in Chicago, except for you, Luke. You need to do a new 5. They don't want to see that again. And I'm like, oh my God. So I'm like spiraling. I have like 24 hours to write a new 5, which doesn't sound like a lot, but that's like terrifying.
That is terrifying.
There's no
also
time to
be
try
like,
it out.
For them to be like, we don't want to see that again.
It was like a crowd work component, so I couldn't have done it again.
Oh,
you know?
Interesting. Also, I feel like they're testing you too, to see like
that too.
But I feel like in the spiral moments, it's hard to see straight in a spiral moment of like, why are they doing this?
But in the moment, I felt like I was definitely like last place horse. But looking back on it, it's like, that is the job you're writing that week, you know?
Yeah.
But I went out, I did my audition. It's very stressful. You're there all day. I peed like 17 times.
Is everyone just pacing around?
You're in your own little dressing room. Oh. So I was in 80 Bryant's dressing room for like 7 hours.
Oh my gosh.
Waiting for my turn. You go out.
Is all her stuff in there?
Yeah. I was like afraid to touch anything. Yeah, it felt wrong.
It feels
felt weird.
very like invasion of privacy
It
to be like a bunch of people are going to be in my dressing room.
Oh yeah. And you don't get to be like, no. They're like, no, we're putting them in there. Random people like me.
Did she have a cool dressing room?
She did have a cool dressing room. I was like afraid to sit on it or like on her couch or like touch anything. I'm like,
yeah.
But
yeah, so you're
it's
there
very
all
scary.
day.
I did my thing.
Do you see other people coming out? Like
you're alone in a tiny little dressing room alone.
Like
for
isolated.
hours.
Yeah.
And
so you can't get any feedback from anybody else as to what's going on.
Nope. And then you finally get your turn, you go in, you do your thing, you perform to the Deal or No Deal banker, that, you know, just silhouettes where you can't really see them. They kind of blind you. You do your thing, you leave.
Do they laugh at all or no?
They gave me a little bit of a reaction.
Okay.
Not a lot, but I did get some laughs out of them.
Okay.
And in the moment, I went, man, this is crazy that I even got the chance to do this. That's not a winning.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like,
you didn't leave being like, got it.
Absolutely not. I went,
but I don't
wow,
think
crazy.
anybody really has ever left.
Yes,
some
they have.
people have.
So like I went out to drinks with some of the like you get to after the fact, everyone kind of like meets up unofficially to kind of decompress. And there's like a lot of us from Chicago. There's some UCB, New York, and LA people, and it's like everyone's kind of meeting each other. And you're like, oh, I heard of you, like, oh, and I just remembered a person I know and is very funny. One of my very favorite like Chicago improvisers. He's like, that was the best audition of my life. He's like, I've never done, and I was like, wow, he's gonna get it. I was like, and he deserves it too. He's really good. I'm like, damn, he's gonna get it. And then a couple weeks go by, then they have me out again.
No way.
They fly me out a second time and they say, any impressions, any political like new 5 minutes again. And so, but this time I was like, I just did that. I just pulled my hair out and did that. I can do it again.
Yeah.
I did it again. Every time I always did a little bit of a song. I always ended with kind of what I do for my act and stand up.
But also when you keep getting brought out, it's a little bit, at least now you know they like what I'm doing. So they want to see more. So you're going in with a little bit.
And you at least, I knew what it.
Yeah.
I knew I'm going to be in there for 7 hours. I'm going to, but just, you know.
I know. I feel very much like I need to do things twice.
Yes.
I feel like the first time doing the thing.
Right.
Which is really hard because I feel like as a stand-up, I feel like I'm okay at walking in blind. Yeah. But I have more fun.
Well, you don't want to be over-rehearsed.
Yeah.
No.
But
and it's impossible not
nice
to be in
like,
that scenario, though.
Yeah.
You're going to go, I went over my thing in my head 9,000 times.
Yeah, that's what you're doing alone for 7 hours in your thing. Yeah.
Alone. And yeah.
What impressions did you do?
There's a reason why I was fired instantly.
Were you fired instantly?
Well, I did a year. But,
okay.
But that's not my thing.
So then you got it though, and they told you. When did they tell you got it?
I did get, so like another few weeks go by, and by that point I'm like, what a crazy experience. I didn't get it. Mm-hmm. You know, I would have heard by now. And then like I was working at a tech startup in Chicago, and they called my phone at like 4:45 on a Friday afternoon at work. I'm like doing an Excel spreadsheet. They called me, and it was like Lauren's assistant, and like, and you're on with Lorne. And I remember being like,
oh my gosh.
And I like ran to a conference room and like paced around, and everyone at my work knew I had been doing it. And so they were all like lined up.
Oh, that's cool.
It was genuinely the zenith, the best moment of the entire SNL experience was getting the job. The year of being on the show was not as glamorous and was a tough year for you, boy. But
just because it was like
it's a hard place to be new.
Yeah,
it's a hard place to be new. It's not. Yeah, it's I learned a lot, and I'm thankful for it. But I didn't get much of a chance.
No,
my year there. No, they knew that too. A lot of it is timing of like when you're there,
and like who's on your cast and everything,
totally.
and how many people are new. And
totally. I never really quite got that. That's what kind of hurt for a year or two after the fact was like I never really got like the thing I thought they hired me for, which is what I do now.
Yeah,
they never really let me do it ever on the show, and I was like, that would have been nice to have done it once. Would have fundamentally changed my life. You know what I mean? If I had gotten to do my act one time, I think I would have.
And would you pitch it? And then
I had to stop pitching it.
Okay.
I had to. You have to like learn by banging your head against the wall and being like, they're not gonna ever let me do this. And then after I got fired, I just told my wife while I was getting fired, I was like, we're moving to LA.
Okay, great.
We're moving to LA. And so we moved to LA, and we were here.
Did you? When they call? Who called you?
You get called by like your agent.
Oh, you don't get called by
No, they're the
Lauren's
most hands off. Yeah, exactly. They're the most hands off.
Oh, that sucks.
They're assholes, but
that really sucks. I feel like a lot of people this year got fired, and like it looked like a bunch of people weren't expecting it.
Yep.
Were you expecting it or no?
I was.
Okay.
I was dead man walking for when I like kind of accepted my death is when the last few weeks I like actually had some fun because I was like, I'm not gonna be around for long, so like
I might
fuck it. I kind of got into a fuck it mode towards the end, and I can look back on it now for like just the positives, and it like allowed me to do stand up professionally.
Yeah,
and it in that way, I'm very thankful for it for sure, and I learned a lot. But like anyone that came to see me because I was on Saturday Night Live was sorely. They have no idea what they were in for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they don't.
But that's cool though, because I also feel like if they came to see you from Saturday Night Live, they're getting more than what they thought they were coming for.
It's now enough time has passed that like the people that are coming to see me a lot of them are coming now just like knowing me from like the internet or whatever or something else.
That's cool.
Which is preferable because they at least know what I'm about to do or like what the, you know.
I kind of like seeing people who don't know what you're about to do
because
I've seen that happen at shows, and I just like really like people being like, what is going on? This is amazing.
It tends to be an uphill battle just because people get a little tight butthole with guitar stuff.
I feel like it depends. That probably depends on where you're at.
Totally. That is true too.
But then I feel like afterwards people are like losing their minds. From what I've seen, I mean, I've seen you on shows, and I know a lot of people who are now obsessed with you.
Hey, and I them.
You don't know who they are.
No, I don't.
But I do. I have seen a lot of people like become big fans.
That's making my dang day.
Well, you're welcome.
But I do my best to be like, give me a second. You know, it's like go up and apologize.
It's also funny though. I don't know. I think it's great. I feel like you like have a strong point of like a strong style, and I don't know. I just
weird.
Feel like it would be weird if somebody didn't like what you were doing.
There's plenty of them.
Well, I
You
feel
should
like
see
they're
when I
like.
post on Reddit.
Well, why are you posting on
I
Reddit?
stopped.
I feel like
I stopped. I learned
feel
and I
like
went,
that's
why am
not
I
where
doing
your
this?
audience is.
Nope.
Your audience is with like elementary school moms.
That's right. They love. That's kind of my
I
demo.
feel like they are obsessed with you.
That's kind of my demo.
Like all the moms I know who have seen you on a show are like, oh my God, is Luke Null going to be on the show again? And I'm
like,
just
I
like,
gotta
whoa,
hear that, guys.
I've never seen more requests for a comic than from moms than they request you.
That is very, very funny. That is very, very funny.
Wait till you have a kid and you're just like
that's all I'm gonna
performing
do.
at all of your kids' events.
And all of my material is just absolutely usable for anything.
I feel like it's weird. It's so funny. It's like a phenomenon. I think you just need to tap into it more. And let me tell you something. They're not on Reddit.
That is the moral of the story is
that's just the wrong
embrace
place.
the mom. Embrace the new mom.
Well, listen.
Or young mom.
When I post this, they're all going to find you.
Let's go. Hit me up. Where my mom's at?
What's going on now? Anything you want to talk about besides your move?
I'm moving, and that's fully consumed my brain, and I'm almost fully a dead body. If you can't hear it in my voice,
I can't. But
it's I'm beat up, but you know what? The vibes are good. I'm excited to go back to Chicago, and sad to be leaving California. I do love it here. I'm gonna miss it a lot, and I want to be back a lot because there's a lot to love about this place.
yeah, but I think it's an easy trip back and forth.
I think so too.
Yeah.
And I'll be
I
back
feel
a
like
lot.
you'll pop in.
I'll be popping back.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially in the winter.
Yeah.
I'll be back a lot.
Yeah,
I'll find reasons to be back here. Yes.
Yes. And then where can people find you?
I'm at whatever app is making your life worse and making just putting wormholes in your brain. I'm on there. Hit me up. My name's Luke Null. I'm on whatever app you're on.
Great.
Yes.
Perfect. Null.
That's the truth.
In case you didn't know.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for
Thank
doing
you for
this.
having me.
This was so fun. Bye, guys.
Goodbye.